So I graduated from university January of this year, January 31st. That's when I wrote our last paper. So, technically I graduated. But I didn't really graduate because I failed a few papers after that. So I still had to come back to rewrite it. But the last paper I wrote, like what do you call it, carryover. I wrote it like last week or 2 weeks ago. So technically I've graduated. So that's just the results comes out, but I'm pretty sure I've graduated.
By the way, if you're in a rut now and you're finding it difficult to get back on your feet and get back in the grind and get back to the flow of things, I've actually created a program that is going to help you do just that. If you're interested in that, if this is a problem you're facing and you actually need a solution, just click the first link in the description of this video.
But the reason why I'm making this video is just that now that I've graduated all these months, because even though yes, I did go back to write some papers again, for the most part I was just at home, basically like free. I've left the education system, so thank God can start real life now. And I realized that real life is tough. Obviously, it's pretty obvious that it's tough, but it's a different type of tough in the sense that there is no end. Like when it's in school, no matter how hard the semester, no matter how hard the level, no matter how difficult the exam or the carryover, whatever, I'm like, it comes to an end. You know that, okay, if I write this paper well, if I'm able to spy, if I'm able to cheat, if I'm able to meet the lecturer and block, like however I'm able to do it, like once I pass this exam, it's done. But it's just like this one, there is no done. So at first, and that the thing is that another thing I noticed also is like everybody's behavior towards you changes. It's like everybody expects more from you. And it was really crazy to me because when you're a student, when you're in school, nobody really cares, just go to class. As long as you just come on with like reasonable grades, like just come on with reasonable results, as long as your carryovers are not too like crazy. Like basically you're fine. Nobody really cares much about you. Like you can pretty much spend all day at home just watching movies, playing games, doing things that are not going to help you basically. But like now that you're an adult or at least when you graduate, it's different because they expect more from you. Like when you're in school and there's like a holiday or long strike, I'm hearing they're about to go on strike again. I don't know. Thank God after that. Like that period, nobody pressures you too much. Like obviously they will still tell you like, oh, you should go and learn something. Oh, what are you doing with your time? What are you learning? What are you trying to do? Go and start business, go and learn work, whatever. But it's like if you choose not to, nobody really like it's just like But this one is almost like it's compulsory that you must do something. And it's very fascinating. Like I noticed it's almost like it's expected. It's expected and it's fascinated me because I'm still kind of new to the whole just graduating from school, like this new lifestyle. And it's fascinated me because prior to this, if I choose to spend all day at home just watching TV or playing games or scrolling on social media or whatever, like obviously they will complain, but nobody really cares so much. Now it's like if I do that for multiple days in a row, it starts to ask like, when are you? Let me even make it more crazy for you. Like at first my plan was like, okay, once I graduate, I'll go all in on my whole YouTube operation and all that. So just see what I plan to do. But the challenge I started having was, data is expensive. Like internet is expensive. Like, but to buy data consistently to be uploading the videos like consistency it was difficult because I just graduated. I have no source of income. When I was in school, I still didn't have any source of income. But at least mommy and daddy will send you money now. But this time, nobody sends you money. That's like what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of times, I want to go somewhere or do something, and I ask my parents, and they'll just be like, "You have graduated. Why are you asking me for money?" So it's just this fascinating paradigm shifts. Like fascinating, how would I put it? Like it's interesting that the way the tables turned, the way the reality shifted. Like, obviously, it's still kind of the same. I'm still the same person, still the same parents, living in the same house or whatever. But the way I'm treated, what is expected from me now is different, and it's fascinating. I find it interesting. But the point I'm just trying to make from all this is that you need to really lock in. You need to take your stuff seriously, especially if you're still in school. If you're already graduated, you probably can, attest to this. But maybe if you have graduated and you have gone for like youth service, I don't know, my own is still to like further notice for now. But it's like you have not fully experienced real life. Like you want to lock in that when the real life comes, you're ready for it. That's like the best way I can explain it. Because when you are in school, when you are just a student, all you do is go to class and see your friends and watch movie and just pass the exam. However, you're able to pass it. It's like you don't think about now. Yeah, it's crazy because university is supposed to prepare you for life after school, but it's like university basically does the opposite. Would I say? Because when you graduate after school, like it's like a completely different ball game. Like you're not prepared for anything. And then, like I'm saying, I'm just like a few months into this journey, so basically have little to no experience in this compared to people that graduated years ago and have been like the whole adulthood. But basically, the point I'm just like, I know I'm yapping already, but the point I'm just trying to make is like, you want to work very hard. Because if somebody told me that, like, the things I kind of knew anyway, but if somebody made it obvious to me when I was, still in school, just a student, whatever else, when you graduate, more is going to be expected from you. And also, like, when you graduate, it's like they will want you to, like, they will not just want you to sit at home and be idle. Everybody will not be expecting you to have a job. What are you doing? So if you can lock in right now before you graduate and have something doing, start building something, so at the time you graduate, the thing is mature enough to a reasonable level to carry you. Like, that's better. Because when like I said, I couldn't have data to upload the video, so I had to go and get a job. I didn't even go and get the job. Basically, it's like they brought the job to me. They basically just forced me into the job. It's crazy. Like and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, as a student, things like this don't happen. Like, you can say, "Oh, I'm still in school. I still have exams," so they will just leave you alone. Like, there was a job opportunity. I didn't even say like I'm interested. I didn't even apply. I just woke up, got a call from like one of my aunts, and she was like, "Yeah, tomorrow, you are going to join us when we're going to the field." So yeah, like, it's crazy. That's literally the reality. But imagine all this YouTube stuff I'm doing. I actually taking it seriously all these years I was in school. Yeah, the thing would have been to a mature enough level now that I don't really need the job. But I didn't do that. So like I still worked on the YouTube channels and all that, but I just didn't do it to the best of my ability, to my fullest capacity. So in summary, that's what the point I'm still trying to make. Like, you want to lock in right now. Like, you don't have time, because when you like, the reward is brutal. It's brutal. And another thing also is like, this one is kind of a side note, but it's almost like in the dating market, or just in terms of meeting people, they assess you based on almost like how much you make, who you are. Like, when you're in school, or at least when I was in school, like, you meet some guy, maybe some guy or some girl, she doesn't really care how much you make. Like, yeah, there are some people that do, but 90% of people don't. Like, as long as you're not like wretchedly poor, as long as you're just like at a reasonable level, like, nobody really cares too much of whether what you're doing or how much you're making or whatever. But it's like a different ball game now that I've graduated, because it's like if you tell somebody they are unemployed, basically, like, it's basically like a red flag for everybody. Like, oh, he doesn't have a job, oh, he doesn't have anything, so he doesn't have a business, he's not making millions. So I just find it fascinating, like the way everything just changed, the way the dynamic changed, the way the whole reality changed for me. So it's something I just thought I should share with you today. Like, just lock in, try, literally try, so that when you reach, because at the end of the day, it's all just for our future self. It's not even necessarily if you're in school. Maybe you might have graduated, or you might not be going to school, you have some job, whatever. It's all at the end of the day for your future self, because it's what you do today that's going to affect the you of tomorrow. And the crazy thing is that you of tomorrow, you are eventually going to become him, because that tomorrow is eventually going to become today. And if you do not do anything today, or you do not do anything that is going to benefit you tomorrow, you are going to suffer the consequences. So basically, just lock the fuck in.
By the way, if you're in a rut now and you're finding it difficult to get back on your feet and get back in the grind and get back to the flow of things, I've actually created a program that is going to help you do just that. If you're interested in that, if this is a problem you're facing and you actually need a solution, just click the first link in the description of this video.